Fan TV, give you my opposition preview today for Newcastle West Ham. Got a very special guest today, Clinton Ford from Geordies down south. That's right, Southern Geordies. They exist. They do exist. I know because I was one when I was like 6 or 7.
Oh, the big reveal.
Yeah, I can't remember if I've talk about it on this channel. Talk about other channels. So yeah, but just literally being a 6-year-old, and there was the only reason sitting there watching what's that channel where they used to read out the scores, isn't it? And it's like Burnley Burnley 1, Chesterfield 0, and it said Newcastle, and I was just like, wow, Castle, like that's cool. Like literally, that's it. My 6-year-old brain was like castles. I'll pick them.
So you got a rogue team because of a castle, right? Not even because of the play.
Yeah, I didn't even know Newcastle was a place. I didn't know Geordies were a thing. I didn't know anything about it. And then for the next 3 years or so, and then we literally when Newcastle started getting to the Champions League, it was like 99. You started getting good, right? 99, and then into 2000. Then I was like, now's the time to support West Ham. It was literally, and then in within a few seasons, West Ham were relegated.
Oh, listen, I've got a similar story, man. Mine's Man United. I started off Man United, as you all do, down here. And I think I started supporting Newcastle when we started getting good, and then we got bad, and then we got really bad. And I was thinking, I could have just started with Man United. I could have had all that glory. Yeah, I would have got called a plastic fan and all the rest of it. But, I could have had all that glory. And 20 years later, I'm still supporting these guys for some reason. But hey.
I'd be very interested. Anyone in the comments, let me know if you've got a similar story of supporting another team when you were younger than, coming to your team. I know my uncle was a Liverpool fan when he was a kid, when he was young. And as he got a little bit older, West Ham. So again, a lot of people, they start off with the good teams when they're a kid, and then they go to their team. It would have been very expensive for me to be a Newcastle fan. I know that, but I commend you. I commend you for sure.
Trust me, there's been a few times I've had to slum it on the mega bus and go out the night before and all the rest of it, staying over and the rest of it. But now, I've now kind of got it to it. Obviously, now there's no games to go to. It's fine. But now I've been going to away games, less home games, and all the rest of it because it's expensive, as you know, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it is. It is. So now, like you said, it's much easier now. But no, it's good to finally get you on the channel because obviously we've been speaking for a while. Yeah. I did want to get you on. My plan was I was going to do a video with you because I saw you after we beat you at our ground with the famous Declan Rice shush picture. That's the shush celebration. And because I quickly had done something with the Newcastle fans TV, and then you was there, but I had the other guys ringing me going, "We've got to film post-match pint. Where are you? Hurry up, hurry up!" So I didn't get time to do the video with you afterwards. But now I've got you, when you're all happy, you're on, you're on cloud 9, and I'm still not sure how to feel as a West Ham fan. This is the thing with us. Whenever something sort of good happens, you're just waiting for it to slip up. That's the thing.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, we're on a high right now, beating Bournemouth. I see all Man United fans getting gassed we beat them 5-2. Look, we beat them by the same margin, guys. So don't get too excited. Newcastle beat Bournemouth by the same margin. Bournemouth are pretty much championship. They're playing pretty much championship football right now. So don't get too excited. But we're on a high. Beat them. We're not going to worry about the game before that because we was never going to win that, and we're not going to worry about the game after you guys because we're never going to win that.
I still kind of haven't forgiven you for not beating Aston Villa. That did hurt me because I was like,
I'm hurt by it, man. I'm hurt by it. To see our form coming after this post-lockdown, beating Sheffield United convincingly, drawing with Aston Villa. Obviously, the Man City result is a different thing altogether, and then obviously the last game against Bournemouth, it's been pretty decent form. That's the reason why Steve Bruce has been talked as potential manager of the month. Do you know what I mean? You never would have thought that.
Yeah. Now, I'm pretty sure, obviously, back when it was announced, obviously, you'd lost Rafa. Steve Bruce came in. Pretty sure you were one of the ones that were like, no, this is terrible. This is just the worst thing that could happen. And he didn't win people over quickly. He really didn't, from what I remember. Wow. But is the fans sort of warming to the idea of maybe a long-term future with Steve Bruce?
I don't know about long-term future. I think it's more an acceptance because, you know, we still got this magic T word hanging over our heads, similar to you guys as well. He's only signed on a short-term deal. Now, I don't know whether that's because of this potential deal was happening way before when we didn't even know it. But at the same time, so far, he's done a decent job. We're mid-table now. We've just gone up to 12th. We didn't even have to kick a ball yesterday. We've gone up to 12th. Quarterfinals of the FA Cup, obviously got knocked out by Man City, which is, you know, again, they're a decent side anyway. And we're playing decent football now. He's now kind of discovered his form and the side that he wants to play. Before, at the start of the season, we had so much Rafa Benitez tactics drilled into us. We continued to play the same tactics, same formation, and he's now stripped it back now. He's playing 4 at the back. He's allowing ASM and Miggy to run riot. We've kind of got Joe Linton scoring a little bit, but he's now starting to kind of find his feet a little bit. So now people are starting to kind of warm to him. I know we tried to do the whole, he's one of our own. That wasn't really working because, let's face it, we could have had Anton Dekin and they're one of our own and they still wouldn't have done much. But again,
you never know.
Performances in. Nah. But you know what? He's finding his form now, so you've got to give him the respect. The numbers don't lie. The points are there. You know, we've got over 40 points now. We've secured quarterfinals of the FA Cup. We haven't done that in a while. So you got to give it to him. He's done, dare I say it, better than Rafa.
Well, there you go. And like you said, like, no, you've got you're in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. Oh no, the semi-finals. You got knocked out. That's a shame because I was like, I'm thinking you guys can focus on that. You're out of the FA Cup. But like you said, you've got to that magic number. It's time to put the sandals on. Put the sunglasses on, get the deck chairs out, and just chill. Go on your holidays.
You wish, mate. Nah, listen, I still remember. I remember I said this yesterday or the day before. I still remember from the game early in the season where we beat you. I know it's close at the end, 3-2, but that first half, woo! ASM was running Zabaleta right. And I know Zabaleta's since tweeted out saying, "Thank you, guys. I've had enough." Basically, in our translation, ASM like literally ended his career. Like the way he was running riot. I'm sorry to say it, West Ham fans, but you've seen the thing as well as I did. He was running riot.
This is going to be the test for David Moyes, right? Can he do what Pellegrini didn't do and anticipate this threat, right? And find a way to deal with it, right? That's what I want to see. Can he set us up to deal with, pacey players? And look, a lot of people are commenting that Sebastian Haller is not available for the game. Ooh. This is just getting ridiculous now. I'm not buying the injury thing. There's something more to it. It has to be because obviously, I don't know if you heard, Clinton, we deferred or defaulted on a £5 million payment to Frankfurt that we were supposed to pay. They were like, maybe we can just not pay it this month. Maybe we can just, they won't notice. We just don't pay it. And now we could be in serious trouble from the FA, from Frankfurt, like all sorts of legal trouble. So maybe that's the reason why they're not playing him. If that's true, this is what I'm saying. Like, I don't want to hear about Mike Ashley, Mike Ashley wouldn't do that. Ashley wouldn't do that.
That's the only one thing I can give to Mike Ashley. He knows about business, and that's about it. But on the other flip side to it, when you guys rush Gold and all them, man, at the end of that season and say basically pay up, they shit their pants. Sorry, I to use that language, but they basically put their pants and said, look, we've got to do something. So on the flip side, yeah, you're giving us about Mike Ashley, he knows how to do business, but at the same time, your guys put their money where their mouth is, and I'm sure they spent a pretty penny the following season, and since then, we've really not done that. Yeah, you could say 40 million for Joe Linton and 17 million for St. Maximin, but if you're a Newcastle fan and you do the quick maths, he hasn't really spent much, and he's still taking that TV money every single season. He's still not spent Perez money. He's still not spent this and that and the other, so... it swings and roundabouts in both of us.
Yeah. The problem with our owners, and I think it's where it sort of differs, is for us, I kind of wish it was as simplistic as they're just not spending enough money, because it's not, even when they spend the money, it's just about the whole infrastructure behind the club, how the club is run, things like that. Like, it's just a lot of the time, as we've seen with clubs like Fulham, with clubs like QPR, you can just throw a ton of money at it, but, you know, still be a disaster because you haven't got the setup right. You haven't got the identity of the team worked out, what the style the manager wants to play, and you're just bringing in random players, and the training ground's still a shambles. And yeah, that's the big problem. So they went and they did make some other changes that we wanted to see, but they're not gone all the way there. And I just think that they're not the people for the job. But I think we're a lot further away from a takeover than you guys. So
I'll be surprised. I won't be surprised. Seriously, this takeover has at least been dragging on since lockdown. At least
it wouldn't be Newcastle if it didn't.
Well, that's the thing. It's always like a North East EastEnders episode. It's always some sort of drama. Oh, this late bid's coming. Oh, this is coming. Oh, this has happened. This guy's run out of money. It's always something to it. And I remember seeing, I think it's Simon Jordan on TalkSport. Funny enough, he said it like, takeovers don't usually happen like this. They usually get announced when they're done, and that's it. And I think to myself, that sounds about right. You don't usually hear about all these dramas happening. This person's got this money, and this person's have to meet up with the Premier League, and Richard Masters is coming out with this, that, and the other. That doesn't usually happen. When a taker gets done, it gets announced, and that's it. So that's the reason why I'm a bit skeptical. Some Newcastle fans might call me negative, but I'm just like, okay, prove me wrong, please. I want to be proven wrong. But at the same time, I can't see it happening, bro.
It's a bit suspect. There's a lot of rumours that because obviously these guys are, it's Saudi Arabia, isn't it? Saudi Arabia, where they show, is that where Al Jazeera is, where they show the games, right?
I think some sort of illegal basically, isn't it?
Yeah, legal streaming. So there's that sort of conflict between obviously the Sky situation, BT, and all this other stuff in the Premier League, right? So there's a big conflict there that may be delaying it. But yeah, either way, it's like, if you're a new guy, just put the fans out their misery, like just one way or another. It's ridiculous. This is interesting. I don't know if you can confirm this or you have any idea about this, but Chris HD says, I heard Newcastle have a few injuries today with Longstaff and Lascelles. Apparently also Joe Linton is a doubt.
Chris, I think you're pretty much spot on with that. So Longstaff, he got injured after he scored his goal against Bournemouth. So it looks like he might be out. Lascelles, I think he fell awkwardly on his shoulder, but he rode it out throughout the game. That's what he does, isn't it? But again, he might be a doubt. I think he might play, though. He's just one of those who just go through it. And Joe Linton, I'm not too sure about him. To be honest, as bad as it sounds, I wouldn't be too bothered if he misses out of the game. Gale got on the score sheet. So again, like, we need people that can score goals, and everyone knows Joe Linton's story so far. Like 2 Premier League goals so far this season. It's not really a healthy return. I mean, I remember early on in the season, there was 3 strikers that went for 40 million, and none was banging in goals. Haller was one of them. Joe Linton was R1, and obviously was it Wesley for Aston Villa. And none of them have really done too much. So I'm fussed about the Joe Linton one. If Whitegale keeps proving us wrong, because he's had quite a few doubters. Hopefully he can come on and score another one as well.
Yeah, this is the thing, like with Sebastian Haller, like is like he hasn't obviously lit up the Premier League as way everyone was expecting, and it's sort of like a bit of a split within the West Ham fan base. I'm on the side of I still massively rate Sebastian Haller and feel like we haven't played to his strengths. You know, look, someone's there. Look, Salman, Dan, I'll pay for the flight to Germany to sell Haller. Waste of space, 4 million. What's he done? But this is the thing with West Ham. This goes back to what I was saying earlier, is we just buy players. We don't care about what they did before. We don't look at how that they was successful, what they was doing to banging goals. We just buy them. Like, yeah, let's get this guy who was super successful in a strike partnership and play him as a lone striker. Yeah, let's just do that. It's mad. Hernandez. Let's just get Hernandez and let's play him as a flipping target man. Lump long balls up to Hernandez. It's like it don't work.
It's the same with us. Like with Joe Linton, obviously we're obsessed with this whole number 9 thing, and you know, number 9s usually stick up front. That's it. Up top by themselves. We don't usually play. Longer the days gone, like where you have 2 up top now. It's no Shearer and Ferdinands or Bar and Cisse's no more. It's just 1 up top. So we thought we'd get the same with Joe Linton. We had Rondon the season before, and he was doing bits for us, battering ram, had players alongside him, getting in balls and the rest of it. thought it'd be the same thing. Doesn't work. And if we actually did our homework, we've seen that Joe Linton plays better on the wing. Do you know what I mean? Or coming off the wing. And we've played him there a couple of times more recently, and he's actually played well there. But it's taken us to get to this stage of the season to actually realise that's the case. So I can relate to what you're saying, bro. I really can.
Well, speaking of number 9s, a lot of West Ham fans have got money on Andy Carroll making an appearance and scoring his first goal back for Newcastle against us. We've got money on it. Everyone's banking on that happening. Look, see, someone's even said it. Charles Lee, you just know it. Sick note, Andy Carroll will score. Yeah.
I'm not going to lie, Charles. And then look, I think he's due one. He just signed a 1-year extension. So we're going to have 1 more year of him. And to be honest, he's not played that many games. But when he's come on, he's actually looked the part. Like, he set up the goal against Aston Villa for Dwight Gale, and that was within a couple of minutes. And obviously, when you're comparing him to Joe Linton and what he offers, it's just so easy to see. Like, he can bring players into the game. He sets maximum free. He sets Almiron free. He just hasn't got on the score sheet that many times this season. So I'm sorry to say, guys, like, he could be due one.
If he dares to stick that ball in the back of the net after
you can see it, right? You're gonna
after we basically funded his leisurely lifestyle, right? For all those years with very little goals in return, I will be
the little tweet exchange, his lifestyle, his London lifestyle,
he better relax. He gets near that goal, he better sneeze or something like that, because I don't want to see him scoring today, because that will just sum it up completely. We finally it's that is a tough one. Like I said, I've got really good memories of Andy Carroll at West Ham. Like, he scored some really important goals just at the right time. That just, the celebrations and the limbs and that, I'll never forget the overhead kick against Palace, like the goal, the winner against Chelsea, the flipping hat trick against Arsenal. So there's good memories there. It's just a fact of like his injury records, and the last one was the worst, because there was rumours that, and apparently they were quite well-founded rumours, that him and Winston Reid like done their ankles in dropping down from a balcony onto their balcony when they was in Spain doing training, like pre-season training, and he was dropping down. He likes a drink. He likes a drink. Yeah. So we'll see, but that would be the worst thing. So you're saying that the Maxim is like our biggest threat that we want to watch out for.
I think going forward, so I'm just looking at some of your comments. What is down south for you on Longstaff versus Rice debate? Oh, we spoke about this.
You know what? Yeah, well, it's a shame, because obviously Longstaff isn't available, but now, obviously time's gone past. So what is your view of it now? Obviously there was how it was back then, like last season. Yeah. Has anything changed? Like, how do you feel about that now?
Oh, look, Rice. Over the test of times, obviously Rice is a better player. I've got to admit, I've got to hold my hands up. I know there's talks of him being worth £100 million. I'm not just trying to wind you up, down. I can't see him staying there too much longer at West Ham. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but with Man United sniffing around and looking to open up bank accounts and arrest it and checkbooks, I can see him easily going there, and you'll cash in because it's £100 million. But in terms of the Rice and Longstaff debate, I think Longstaff has kind of stayed a bit stagnant when he was getting linked to Man United and he was dubbed as the next Carrick and all the rest of it. I think that might have got to his head a little bit, and then since then his brother's even come into the scene and put in performances than him. So wow. Yeah, no, it's just the truth. And obviously now he scored against Matty Longstaff. He scored against Man United. Scored, in fact, he scored twice against Man United, home and away. So he's put in some better performances. So if anything, I think if you're talking Longstaff versus Rice, it's probably Matty Longstaff versus Rice. But even still, I think Declan Rice is the more solid performer. I've seen him play a couple of times. He's had to drop into defence a couple of times this season, right? When you've been a bit short, and he just he just looks like the real deal. And I want you guys to hold on to him for as long as possible, but sometimes you've got to be realistic in these things. I mean, I always say on my channel that let's enjoy ASM while we've got him right now, because he's too good to be at us. He's already levels above as it is. And I just think at the either end of this season or midway during the next season or whatever, or however it goes, I can see like there's already rooms of PSG putting in bids for him, and same with Almiron. But I think ASM is just that one that's just like, he's a match winner, man. Like you've seen him already against Bournemouth, torn them apart countless times this season. Southampton away, tore them apart, scored the winner. He's just one of them. But yeah, Rice versus Longstaff, Rice all day long.
Yeah, that's it. And hopefully now he's got the captaincy. Well, he hasn't officially got the captaincy, but Martin Noble's not playing as captain, and he hopefully. I think if we start, we got him for at least another season. I'm gonna say that. But speaking of Maxim, so Nick Swire Thompson says Fredericks can handle Saint Maxim pace. I agree.
I don't think it's just the pace, guys. Look, we know football's not just a flat out running race. You know what I mean? It's not Bolt versus Michael Johnson or whatever. Do you know what I mean? It's like the trickery. It's like the check back. It's all of that sort of stuff. Like if you see the second goal against Bournemouth, I know it's only against Bournemouth guys, but you literally had 3 guys on him, jinked past all 3 of them, laid it on a plate to Longstaff, and that was it, 2-0. So it's that sort of stuff there. So
yeah, I mean that's the thing. It's Fredericks. I need to see him step up today because you know I think he was majorly at fault for the Wolves goal. I think their second goal, it was either the second or first goal, was when he came on against Wolves. Though he did just come on, so it's hard when he ain't played in all this time. Hopefully he can step up and really show us, like when we played at the Emirates last season, I think it was last season, like he was just unbelievable, Fredericks. So if we can see that Fredericks, then I think hopefully he can say Max, we have a quiet game. That's what I'd like to see.
I must say that we're not dumb in that sense. Like if he's getting pocketed by Fredericks, we'll just move him onto the right hand side and go against Cresswell. That's the thing. Like he's probably played better on the right hand side than. So if you can't get the better of Fredericks, he's going over to the other side. Unless Frederick wants to follow him all the way to the toilet and back, like we're just gonna switch shot, and then we still got Almiron to go to the other side as well. So they're both pacey wingers. So either way, you guys are gonna get it, man.
It's well, I'm interested. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. Is the Cresswell situation? If you do that, Cresswell, it's a tough one. But looking at West Ham, like for you, who are some of the players that maybe you're sort of worried about?
Glad you asked that. So there's 3 people for me that I'm wary of. First one being Antonio. I saw the goal that he set up. Obviously, I've seen the goal that he scored. Should have been a penalty, but obviously got up and scored. But I was more impressed with obviously the Yarmolenko goal, where he's very intelligent play. People will say, "Oh, he's a beast" and all the rest of it. I know we're trying to get rid of that whole sort of terminology, but it's intelligent. The fact that he took it down, played him in, and then obviously Yarmolenko did the rest and that sort of thing. I think from outside looking in, he's probably like the one person that we need to be very wary of, because I think it'd be a very good battle if Lascelles does play. Lascelles keep him quiet because he can bring in the likes of Yarmolenko into the game, Bowen into the game, who's the other person that I'm wary of as well. So I think he's the main one.
One of the biggest myths in football, before as you're on Antonio, before you go into Bowen, one of the biggest myths in football is that Antonio has no skill or technique. And I just think when a lot of our fans, some other fans say, I just think it's bullshit, because yes, he's quick, he's strong, but as you just mentioned, he has got football intelligence. He has got skill. I mean, there was a game, I think it was a few years ago against Palace. We really scored some great goals against Palace, but 3 like perfect assists that he got in that game, perfectly weighted passes and crosses and all of that stuff. He's not just run up and bundle the ball up there and maybe get on the end and header something in. Like when we first got him in that first season, when we were still at Upton Park, he was taking on players, like putting people in their asses, like. So he's got a lot of skill. People only see that he's got a bit of size and he uses a lot of that power and all that to hold up the ball, you know. And I think it is a big myth, but yeah. So no, I'm glad obviously that you as a Newcastle fan can see that. But yeah, no, Bowen is another one who
Bowen,
you guys were in for him.
Yeah, man, me and you flipping on tour. I was great when he went to you, man. He was literally pretty much going to sign his. Even on the transfer deadline day when he signed it, I think he held out for a little bit longer because I was hearing rumours that he wanted Newcastle to put in a bid. I think he would have come to us. I'm not going to lie, guys. I think he would have come to us over you lot. But
really?
I think so. The whole Bruce link up, the whole listen. I'm hearing it. Or maybe I'm just maybe my Geordie blinkers on. I'm just like, yo, I think he would have come to us. But I still think if we put up the money, like I think you guys put up a crazy amount for a championship player. Like I think 17 million you paid for him in the end. I think he's only willing to pay like maybe 10 or something like that. But if we matched you guys, I think he might have come to us. I'm sorry to say, but I'm glad he's at you guys. I'm glad I scored his first goal, obviously, well before lockdown or whatever. And I think he's one to kind of definitely watch because he just plays with that kind of free-flowing spirit, just like that left foot. And then, as I said, like if you've got Antonio just kind of holding it up, playing people in and all the rest of it, that allows, you know, your Yarmolenkos and Bowens to play a bit similar to us in terms of like if we've got Carroll holding up the ball, allows ASM and Miggy down the other side to kind of do their thing. So, yeah.
And that's the thing with him, and I said this on Twitter, because he come out and he was like, yeah, the next 4 games we've got, we can win them. We can get the maximum points from all them games. We just need to fight hard and the other teams we need to go for. And I was like, that is the mentality that we need in this team. That's what we're missing. When you got like, and I love Noble. But I massively disagree with his comments. And him, I mean, we're going to lose games and stuff. It's like, you still don't say that. You've got to go mentally into thinking like every game, yeah, we can win this. This is winnable. And like the manager, you know, with some of his comments saying that, and like Creswell's comments about Rice and things like that. I just want a player to come out and go, no, we're going to win. We're going to give it everything we've got, and we're going to take these 3 points. That's what you need, and that's what I like with Jared Bowen. He has that. Alexander Cameron, a very happy Liverpool fan, I take it, says Gale was a good, decent striker. Why does he not start a lot?
Here's the thing. There's a few reasons why. So obviously starting Joe Linton, £40 million, we need to see a return in investment. So he's going to start regardless, even with his barren form. So that means that Carroll has to sit on the bench. Not that he's going to start every single game anyway. And then obviously Dwight Gale has to sit on the bench as well. When Dwight Gale has come on, he's not been very impressive. And again, he's kind of got this stigma around him that he's only a championship player. He can't do it. But then I have to sometimes remind people, I think it was last season, he scored against Man United and Chelsea. Whereas, you know what I mean, we were struggling to score against anyone. He's kind of proved people wrong again this season by come on, within a couple of minutes, scored against Aston Villa. Yes, that glaring miss against Man City, it's hard for him to forget. But again, in the next game, soon as that happened, goes and scores against Bournemouth. So whether people like to admit it or not, I remember him from, you know, that goal he scored against Liverpool for Crystal Palace. And he wasn't looking like a championship player then. Obviously, then when he's in the championship, 20-odd goals, banging them in. Struggled a little bit when he got into Premier League. I'm not saying he's like the best forward that we've got. But at the same time, he knows where the back of the net is. So I think we should need to show a bit more faith in him. He's got pace as well. So, yeah, I'm seeing this agree, let's buy shot.
Yeah, now I put that because we need to talk a bit about that, because every single transfer window, every time West Ham are linked with John Joe Shelvey, it was even like as far back, I think it might have been 2 or 3 seasons ago. Dom, who appears on our channel quite regularly, although he hasn't at the moment because he's protesting not watching the games, but when he appears, he confronted with another guy, one of regulars, Marshy, confronted Sullivan and said, why don't we buy Shelvey? And I think Sullivan was like, yeah, he's not good enough. And so Sullivan came out of his own mouth. Yeah, so we've been linked with him. We know he's a West Ham fan. We know.
Listen, even I think his debut was against you lot, and he just ran the show. In the comment section saying, yeah, he always turns up against us. Runs the midfield well. Yeah, Zach, shout out Zach. We know this, and there probably was a time where we could have sold him. I know under Rafa, he wasn't his preferred choice, because sometimes, as someone points out, he's a one-trick pony, and Rafa liked a lot of hard workers. He liked Hayden. He liked who else is great? He liked obviously Longstaff playing alongside him. So he liked grafters in the field, and sometimes John Joe only shows that side of him sometimes. So I'm sure there was a period of time where you probably could have signed him. Since Bruce come in, John Joe's been singing his praises, and you can see why, because obviously he's been playing a lot more. So
and how has he been playing like since Bruce?
Again, it's hit and miss, man. It's hit and miss. I always get wound up by Lee, who's on Newcastle Fans TV. Shout out Lee, and he always says, I think there's one period of time where I was like, he's playing terrible today, and then literally the next couple of games, he had a story. He had like 3 good games back to back, and he was our top goal scorer for a hot minute. I think he still might be with 5, but I just don't see the consistency. Like when he has good games, there's no one like him really. And people say, he should get called up to England. Great, that would be great, but it's all about consistency, as you know. Do you know what I mean?
How old is he now?
I want to say late 20s. I don't think he's quite 30 yet. So I think his next move will be his last move, or if he does sign a new deal with us, that will be his last move. But he's been on a good penny with us for a while now. So I don't, unless West Ham are coming in with some serious money, I'm hearing he's one of the highest earners at our club, and yeah,
I like the idea. I like the idea of having someone like Shelvey who loves the club, supports West Ham, and that it is, it's this romantic idea. But I just think that ship has sailed. I think the time to get him was a few seasons ago, and bring him in then. But now, what we're supposed to be believing is that David Moyes wants to adopt the Leipzig model at West Ham. That doesn't fit into it. Yeah, apparently that's
okay.
Apparently that's what he wants to
go all foreign on us. All right, David.
Yeah, that's someone just tagged. My mate Jay just tagged me in that earlier. It's like, Joe Cole was talking about it, saying, like David Moyes spent time with Leipzig and he loved what they were doing, and he wants to bring that to West Ham. So if that's what he's going to do, like John Joe don't fit into that. I'm resigned. A lot of people are saying Moyes out. I'm resigned to the fact that Moyes is going to be our manager for another season. I can't see him going. I can't see who else we get in anyway, just in the climate that we're in. And I don't think they're going to want to spend money. Do we spend money on sacking this manager, bringing another manager in, rather than spending what little we might have on a new manager? That's the thing. So
let me ask you a question. In fact, hold on. So Sean Dyche is reportedly going to leave Burnley. Now, in order for him to make the step up, he needs to go to a team with a bigger budget. Would you take a Sean Dyche at your club? I know he doesn't come across as the most attractive manager, but again, for what he's done at Burnley, you've got to take that into consideration. Under the constrictions that he's had, would you take him?
It's such a tough question, because obviously, look, no doubt he is a good manager. Like, he is a good football manager, but so is Big Sam. Like, I think Big Sam is a good football manager, and I think he's underrated because of the style of football that he plays. And I think that's the same as Dyche. So it's like, if we didn't like how Big Sam played, and that divided the fan base, we're probably not going to like how Dyche plays. Now, Big Sam showed he could play some super sexy football. No one ever talks about that time when we was like up in 4th and that, and we had Sacco, we had Valencia, we had flipping we was playing that diamond formation, and we was just killing teams. It was some of the best football I've ever seen at West Ham, better than Pellegrini's football. But then they'd offer him because they said to him, like, if you want to keep your job, you need to play attacking football. And he was like, all right, I'll play attacking football. And he did it, and we was amazing. And then it was like, we might not offer you a contract in season. It was like, all right, fuck you, I'm putting Andy Carroll and Kevin Nolan back in. Screw you guys. And then we just went. So he can do it. So maybe Dyche, if he has the right players, he can do it. But it's a tough one. But I would like to see what he could do. I would like to see what he could do with a bigger budget. I just think that's it. Stuart Downing was at the tip of the diamond formation. Yeah, that's it. And then he put him back on the wing, and it never worked again. I never understand. But yeah, you're right. Beggars can't be choosers. Palace for life. Palace fan, you guys might need him as well after Roy. That's what I thought. It's like, West Ham as a Palace fan, you can't be calling us beggars. Like, come on.
Roy's gonna go on for ages, man. Listen, Roy ain't going nowhere. Listen, that's the best retirement plan that any manager can have, isn't it? Still be a Premier League manager at the age of 70 plus?
Yeah, he's gonna be. They better accept it. But like Sean Dyche. Do you know what? I wouldn't be mad at it, but it's the football. If we want to see That's the big question mark. It's about the football that he will play. But if he gets us up the table, like I said, he's Burnley are flying. So really, I think maybe for now, while we're under these owners, that's probably where we need to go. We need to we can't really have it both ways. So I would rather just be up there and stable under these lot, and then they sell the club, and then someone else comes in and we do what we do. So yeah, that could be a good option. But I think we're keeping Moyes. I think he's staying, however we feel.
I think Moyes and Bruce are like the last dying breed of English sort of managers, aren't they? Really, like everyone's kind of going with that European model, whether it's be a Pep, whether it be Klopp or whatever, Arteta. Yeah. But I think Bruce, Dyche, and Moyes are the ones holding it down really for.
And Wilder.
Yeah, don't forget Wilder.
Yeah, so, Chris Wilder's doing his thing. Like, I mean, they're dropping down a bit, but yeah, and then obviously poor Eddie Howe is, flying.
Eddie Howe's out of it, man. Unfortunately, he's already thinking about Championship football and who they can keep on for next season, because the way they conceded 9 in the past 2, right? That's bad.
So is Geordie down south happy that Pardew's contract is over?
Oh, fair play to Sam. You brought it out. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm happy to now know that his contract is officially done and dusted.
Did you do the dance? When it came over?
Listen, I always see it pop up on Twitter every now and then. Like, just a reminder, Pardew's 8-year contract is still running, and it's crazy just to think that he was giving out 8-year contracts. Rafa only got 2, 3 at best, but Pardew got to 8-year contracts. Sometimes I say to people like Pardew didn't get the respect that he deserved in the fact that he got us to 5th.
He started really well with you guys, but that's what he does. Like, he comes in.
You know it, I know it. Crystal
Palace fans know.
Everyone knows it. He just starts off well and then just crumbles, man. And I'm glad to see he's out of football right now. So
I mean, it is. I do have obviously from where he got us to FA Cup final and that, but then he went and started shagging our players' wives, and it all went downhill from there. Yeah, that was reportedly why he got let go. One of the reasons is that he. I can't remember what the players were. If anyone knows in the comments, let me know what players that he was said to be sleeping with their wives. But that was
I want it.
He was doing it. I'll have to. Can't remember who it was.
Pardew got a reputation up in Newcastle as well. Like there's this picture of him in, I think it might be in Jalou or one of the clubs where he's got 4 girls on his arms and stuff like that. He's got the playboy mentality. I don't know why he can do that when you haven't got it on the pitch. If you're Pep Guardiola and you're flipping winning championships or the rest of it, fair play. But
I think that could be a big reason of why he dips. Yeah, because he just gets caught up in being the playboy and all of this stuff, rather than being you get the idea that say Guardiola, he just eats, sleeps, and breathes football. Where it's Pardew's all right, football's done now, tonight in the town, get some ladies home.
Let's go, yeah.
Daniel Gabidon. Was it Gabidon's wife? Was it Gabidon?
Someone says Sullivan's wife. That's Sam. I think he's one.
He's having that it was Gold's wife who had an affair with him. He likes to remind everyone that he came home and his best friend was sleeping with his wife in the swimming pool and his dad stole his shares all on the same day. Oh shit!
David Gold's wife was with.
Yeah, David Gold's wife. Basically, David Gold came home. His wife was sleeping with his best friend in the swimming pool. Well, obviously not sleeping, but and and that same day he found out his dad stole his shares. He likes to remind everyone. I can hear Pardew's lawyers. Yeah, it's proper. That's West Ham, isn't it? EastEnders. I just want to point out all the Pardew stuff. Alleged. Allegedly. Alleged. That's all alleged.
Yeah.
Allegedly. Yeah, whatever. Don't sue us, Pardew. Like I said, I've got good memories. So, oh man. But yeah, before we go, I want to see if I can press you for a score prediction. See how many goals you think West Ham are going to win by today.
I do think you guys are going to score. I probably think you're going to score first because we tend to do this thing like when we're on a high, you know, we kind of go a bit lethargic in the next game, and you guys will score first, and it will just reignite us, and probably in the last 20 minutes we'll come alive. So I reckon it might be 2-1 Newcastle. I've obviously got to back my team, but I reckon you guys are going to score first.
So, boy, there it is 2-1 Newcastle. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go. Yeah, if I'm gonna be confident, I'll go the other way. I might go the other way, 2-1 West Ham. But this is the moment, guys, when whatever happens in the game, you get to come back and just laugh at us for getting our predictions wrong. That's what everyone likes to do after these predictions. We'll come back, you were wrong. We smashed you. Like, so you can come back. One of us, we'll take it. You just give us the banter. We'll gladly take it on the chin. So yeah, no, brilliant. Well, let's see what happens.
Let's see. I actually will come back. You know, I will come back, especially if we win.
Yeah, that's the thing. Do you know what? I was gonna like wait and see what the score was, and then if we won, be like, yeah, do you want to come on and do a fan cam? If you win, I'll come on. We'll come on. We'll get you on after the game, and we'll dissect it.
Fair play. I like that.
So that'd be good. Yeah. So no, brilliant. So yeah, we will be back later on with a watch along. Someone asked if this is going to go on until the game starts. It's like, geez, can you imagine? Yeah, nah.
We can talk about more scandalous things behind the scenes, but
we could talk about Pardew's sex life all day, I'm sure, but
and Andy Carroll's extracurricular activities as well.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, so but yeah, like I said, we got lives to lead. But like I said, I will get Clinton back on after the game, and yeah, like I said, watch along is going to happen. 1 o'clock, we're going to start. Do the watch along, and then we're going to do the fan cams afterwards. So if you want to do a fan cam, let us know. Drop us a message on Facebook or Twitter, and we'll send you the link. We do the fan cam, and do check out Clinton Geordies down south. Let us know where everyone can find you, mate.
Well, you can follow me on Twitter. My name's Clinton_4. That's 4 different E, and obviously on YouTube it's Geordies down south. So just tie that into the YouTube search bar, and you'll be able to find us.
Yeah, brilliant. Someone said do a live watch along with him. So I'm not sure what you're doing on your channel, Clinton, or whatever happens, whatever you're doing. The invitation is open, but I don't understand if you've got other things going on.
I'll find out what the score is first, and then I'll...
That would be we've never done a watch along with an opposition fan.
That would be interesting. I'm not gonna lie, that would be interesting. I might be a bit annoyed though. We might fall out by the end of it, you know.
yeah, that's it. But no, I really enjoyed this, mate. Definitely, wow. Gotta do it again. So, like I said, good to find you, everyone. Do check out Clinton's stuff. Like, obviously, you've been doing your thing for a long time. And like I said, good to finally have you on. So, also, you can follow us all the social media. Leave your comments below. Share. Check us out on Patreon if you feel for it. And you know what? Crap. Someone did do a super chat thing and I missed it. I'm sorry. But thank you, whoever that was. But we'll see you back here at 1 o'clock to see West Ham win. One thing left to say. Come on, you Irons.